has been concerning for lawmakers and confusing in the regulatory field is this extremes, that it's either no license or an overbearing license or regulation, and how do you find that happy medium in terms of what a lot of you had talked about today? Yeah,
so if I may open up by saying that it is clear from everybody around the table that you need to divide the industry between the exchanges, between the ICOs or the tokens, and the technology developers on blockchain, like for example Will. There's no reason for the technologies to be submitted or subjected to overbearing licenses, and that's what's hindering innovation. The exchanges as well, so they do need to have, obviously, they need to abide because they're moving money around. So they, we believe that what the regimen, the compliance framework in place, such as money service, money transmitter licenses from a state by state, and as well as FinCEN, is a regimen that has worked in the past and that has not hindered innovation. That has been proven, and the proof is in the pudding. Is the fact that you have countless money movement businesses, not only domestically but cross-border, that are thriving, and they're actually eliminating the frictions of the movement of money, not necessarily on blockchain and not necessarily in Bitcoin, but as well in fiat currencies, such as TransferWise, Currency Cloud, and many others, and Earthboy. So eliminating the bit license, obviously, is not an option because it's established, very difficult to eliminate. But pairing the bit license with money service licenses, money service business license, similar to other states, so that the folks can comply in a way that is not overbearing on them and not hindering innovation, and certainly to eliminate some of the companies that have been subjected to the bit license.
Senators, our position on this, if I may speak, is first and foremost that the NYDFS doesn't have the authority to regulate virtual currency, because virtual currency is not money as defined by the New York State. It is not a financial services product. It is not legal tender. It is not issued by a central authority. So, by its very nature, the NYDFS should not be regulating virtual currency. The second thing is...
So who should regulate in New York State and not DFS?
So our position is more that we need clarification at a federal level on what is the nature of these cryptocurrencies. And again, I think that using the term cryptocurrencies, and one of the other speakers mentioned it as well, is misleading, because under different circumstances these technologies can be used as a currency or a medium of exchange or a unit of account or a store of value or something which is completely unrelated to a financial services transaction. And so who is the regulator? We don't know, because we don't know what it is yet. It is too early to tell. Our second position on this, and I referred to that
How can
earlier
we help you then? We can't do that regulate.
Well, what we're saying is that don't try to regulate it until we understand what it is, and the circumstances when it is used for financial services. Then let's create a regulatory environment which is creates something where you don't create a burdensome a regulation for small businesses. So once again, if you view these things as only relevant to large organizations, eventually you can have compliance departments that will overcome those hurdles. But what happens for small businesses is that they move out of the state.